What is a summer vacation to most of us? A holiday from work, a time for fun, sports, dates, for travel if we're lucky, new faces, new experiences, but mostly a time for fun. Gentlemen, I'm Alistair Cook, by profession, a foreign correspondent, a man who is often tied to a desk by one end of a telephone, but often enough out on his legs in unpredictable places, feeling, as H.L. Mencken used to say, the wind of the world in his face. Now, because the news never takes a holiday, I think I can claim some special knowledge of the surprising things you can get out of vacations. For instance, the only time I ever decided to vacation in December, the King of England decided to abdicate, and I had no sleep for 5 nights. Now, that, of course, is a hazard of my trade. But aside from that, the trick is to learn early enough never to settle for a straight vacation. You go off to Nevada strictly for fun, and like me, you may turn out to be an amateur mineralogist and go out at midnight on the desert with a lamp, an ultraviolet lamp, start scanning these oceans of rock looking for precious minerals, and suddenly they come up there, scarlet and blue and yellow, embedded in the rock like tropical fish. Another time, I took the summer teaching school in Germany. And once I remember going across a park to hear a little squat man with bulgy eyes talking to about 200 people. And when he was through, I said to my German friend, "By the way, who is the soapbox orator?" And he said, "Well, I think his name is Hitler, Adolf Hitler." Well, now, of course, I realize that all these things are a part, and a precious part, of what we call an education. And I'm here to tell you about an opportunity that is yours for the taking to further your education this summer, far from a classroom. I'm here to have you consider the PF Collier Vacation Earnings Program. Now, most of you know that Collier's, for many years, was one of the big magazine publishers of the country. Now they've left the magazine publishing field and are concentrating their whole efforts on the publication of educational and reference works. In fact, they are a leader in the fields of education and communications. And here, right on Fifth Avenue in New York City, is their main office. They have branches, as you see, all over the world. There are Collier's men working now in Hawaii, and the Bahamas, Tokyo, Frankfurt, Germany, Switzerland. Through this program, you may be visiting some of these interesting places yourself this summer. They are opening new branches all the time, and they have a limited number of openings for college men. If you qualify, you can name your own assignment anywhere in the world. Now, I hope, that most of you are excited enough by travel for its own sake not to think first of the money that you might earn. But all these positions do pay, and the pay is tempting. Most of the men who finished the Executive Development Program last summer earned $1,500, which is better than $129 a week average. Now, some, of course, earn much more. Some won cash scholarship awards, overseas travel, and every one of them was earning money while he was gaining an experience that is a valuable part of education. Now, these people that I'm talking about, they were not geniuses or grinds. They were men very much like yourselves. In fact, some of them this time last year were sitting right where you are. Because, you see, this is not a new program. It's been tried and tested down the years. It's been warmly endorsed by colleges and universities throughout the country. And the editorial program is supervised by scholars of the eminence of Jacques Bazin, Margaret Mead, Norbert Wiener, Howard Mumford Jones. Now, the question is, can you qualify? Well, naturally I don't know, because the movies are still a one-way optical system, and I have no way of knowing or seeing the gleam in your eye that tells me you can make it. But one thing I do know. I know what men like you have done in the past. Now, here's a young fellow, Alex Williams, from Emory University at Atlanta. He didn't think he could make it. But last year he made $4,000, $1,000 scholarship prize. And here's another, Dick Thibodeau, a divinity student from the Sacred Heart Seminary in Detroit. He made $2,200. And this is Marshall Grossman from USC. By the end of the program, he'd earned $4,400 in a few weeks of the summer. Now let's look at a group of students beginning their day's work. Their summer work, that is, for Colliers. Now, I'd like you to hear how some of the participating students have felt in the past. And let's listen to what they have to say themselves about their summers with Colliers.
In my training sessions with Colliers last summer, I learned how to handle people. That's valuable no matter what line of work you're going into. That may be one reason why I made more money last summer.
Management in school, but Colliers gave me an opportunity to really get to know how a large corporation works. It was the most important practical experience I've had since I've been in college.
I believe I met more people during my summer with Colliers than I've ever done during my entire life. I found I gained self-confidence from meeting new people as a member of one of the largest companies in the country.
Well, those remarks are typical enough. And remember, it isn't all work either. Let's take a look at the other side of the picture. You have the chance for all the usual summer recreations with the congenial company of the other students on your team. Now for some other facts about this program. Colliers does not expect you to work alone. You get extensive training under supervision, and you have the chance to work with and learn from some of the most successful young executives in the country, and at the same time, earn more money than you've ever hoped for, at least in a summer. And beyond that, Colliers offers, for steady effort and ability, 15 scholarship prizes of $1,000 each. Now, the way education costs these days, that's quite a welcome bonus. More than that, at least 2 of you will get a vacation trip, all expenses paid, before the beginning of the fall semester. Past winners have spent holiday trips in Paris, Rome, Brussels, and this year they have something special in store for you.
Fabulous vacation trips that will take you by swift jetliner to historic and swinging London, England, where the towering, elegant London Hilton will be your home away from home at Collier's expense. Right in the heart of dear old London town. Pick up a little culture in London. Further your education by comparing the old and the new. Visit historic Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament. Go down to the sea to visit Lord Nelson's flagship, or the Royal Pavilion at Brighton, or just go down to see the sea. Or take a taste of swinging London nightlife. Op, pop, swinging London, where tomorrow's camp begins today. Dr. Johnson said, when a man is tired of London, he is tired of life. We don't think you've come to that yet. Your London holiday at Collier's expense will be your greatest vacation ever.
Well, those are some of the highlights of the Collier's Vacation Earnings Program. Now, I'd like you to meet a young man who could have dawdled away last summer by a lake or a shore, which is pleasant enough, but he didn't. Instead, he had a whale of a time, and he earned $5,000. His name is Bruce Carlson of the University of Minnesota. And here he is. Bruce, how are you?
How do you do, Mr. Cook? I'd like to thank you for the opportunity of being here this afternoon. As you know, this is the second trip that Collier has awarded me in the past year. Last fall, I was fortunate in winning a trip to Paris.
You like going around the world with Colliers?
Oh, I certainly do. I'm very grateful for the chance to be here and express my opinion of the summer program that Collier has for university and college students. I sincerely believe it's unsurpassed by any other firm.
Well, tell us about your own experience.
Financially, I've been able to put myself through school. In addition to that, I even bought myself a new car. Other than that, I think I've even received other benefits.
Like what?
Oh, such intangibles as poise, ease in expressing my opinions, self-assurance, things like this.
All the things you'll need in a career. By the way,
That's
have
true.
you picked out your career?
Yes, I have. I'm planning on becoming a dentist, and I'm sure that my associations with Collier in doing business with people from all walks of life will truly benefit me in my practice. And in addition to that, the business contacts and also the insight into how a corporation like Collier operates will be of benefit to me.
Going to be with us this summer, Bruce?
Well, I certainly hope so. I'm planning on it, and I hope I can do even a better job than what I did last summer.
By your standards, that's going to be very difficult, but I hope you make it, Bruce.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Goodbye. Well, gentlemen, we have dangled money bags in front of your eyes. And speaking as a journalist who occasionally has had to dicker with an editor over a price, I would be the last man to deny that the laborer is worthy of his hire. But I want to tell you that the paycheck is not the main reward of a summer spent with this program, no matter what career you're going in for. Maybe you don't intend to go into business. Maybe you're going to be a doctor, engineer, lawyer, writer, whatever. Through this program, you will have the privilege of watching men with special knowledge meet problems that are not in the books. You know, we are celebrated as a nation for having a passion for education. But a wise foreigner once said, yes, but they're a little leery of the educated man. Now, I'm saying to you that no man is more than half educated who has not had along the way some insight into a special craft, who has not gone below the surface of a particular business. Whether you're going to enter that business has nothing to do with the case. The summer vacation earnings plan of Collier's is a way of making time count for you and for your future. You meet people, certainly you have fun, you learn a lot, and you earn money. And by choosing a vacation that is not a lazy holiday spent at somebody else's expense, you also satisfy your self-respect. And that's something too. Now there is a Collier's interviewer here, and he's going to talk over the plan with you, and I'm going to let him take over. It would be nice for me to end by saying that if you want it, you can have it. But that would be like saying that everybody who wants to go to college should go. That's not true either. You have to earn the right to an education, and you have to qualify for this program. I'm just here to say to you that it is very well worth going after. I hope you do, and so good luck and goodbye.